Hi, my name's Pip Gwynn. I'm Managing Director of Insight, and today we're going to talk a bit about personality. So, for business psychologists, the way we look at personality is about your preferred ways of behaving. Everybody has a natural style and approach, the way that we interact with the world, the way that we build relationships with people, the way that we approach tasks, and the way that we think in different ways. So everybody's personality is an aspect of the way that they have been brought up, their experiences so far, and through time, those experiences and the feedback that we get from the way that we behave develops neural networks within our brains that mean that over time, some behaviors become more ingrained within us. They become habits. They're the way that we behave without even thinking about it. It's our natural style and approach. It's like being right handed. You write with your right hand all the time, you don't even think about it. It doesn't mean that you couldn't write with your left hand if you wanted to, but it does mean that you would need to pay more attention and focus harder on writing well with your left hand. And it's the same with personality. We can all choose to behave any way that we want to. But if we behave in ways that are not our natural style and approach, we might need to be more conscious about how we do it. We might need to think harder about it, and we might need more feedback from others about how well we're doing it. So, personality is our preferred patterns of behavior. We can choose to behave any way that we want to if we choose to do so. Our personality is a reflection of a lot of our natural traits and qualities that sit within us. So we use the iceberg model to reflect this because our personality, our behaviors are what people see about what we're doing. And that's a reflection of all the underlying qualities that sit within us. So our values, our beliefs, our experiences, our preferences, our motives, our attitudes, our mindset, all those things are within us. People can't see those things. What they see is our behavior. So the reflection of the things that we believe in expressed through behavior. And what's really important in organizations is that we make assumptions about people's beliefs and values, motives, mindsets, based on what we see them do, based on their behavior. So, the more we can understand about someone's personality, the more we can understand about who they really are, and the better we can interpret what we see them doing. So sometimes when we see people with personality clashes within an organization, it's because someone is making an interpretation about someone's behavior that might not necessarily be correct. So somebody might be a little bit off with you. You to interpret that as being they don't like you, they think you've done something wrong, they think that you're incompetent in some way, where actually it might be reflection of something else that's going on for them. The better we can understand our own personalities, our own preferred ways of behaving, the better we can understand other people's preferred ways of behaving, the more we understand about who they really are, the better we're able to build rapport with them, to understand them, and to work really effectively with them. So the iceberg model is a really good way of reflecting the things that we know about somebody, so the things that we actually see them doing, and all of the underlying things that we are really making guesses about based on what we see them do. Over the years, psychologists have wrestled with how we measure personality. How can we take something that we know everybody has and measure it in a way that is predictable and accurate? So there have been lots of different models over time. And you may be familiar with some of the different personality questionnaires. So MBTI or Colourworks or Wave or Hogan. So there are lots of different ways to measure personality. And at Insight, we have used pretty much all of these over time. We're really excited to be working with the Lumina Spark model at the moment. And I think it's really exciting because it brings together some of the strengths of all of those different tools and enables us to really understand our own personality, our own preferences, our own qualities in a way that is well evidenced that has what we call psychometric integrity, and is also really easy to understand and useful for people within organizations. So the Lumina Spark model is behind me, and the splash that you get reflects your preferred ways of behaving, the qualities that you're bringing to it. And that's across these 4 different areas, 8 different archetypes, which look at how you respond to people, how your focus on outcomes, how goal oriented you are, how inspiration driven and big picture, creative, innovative. So the Luminous Spark is non-judgmental. It also looks at paradoxes within personality. So most people will have some introvert qualities and some extrovert qualities, or you might be both collaborative, so you're looking for win-win solutions, but also have elements of competitiveness in your personality. So you've got that drive that competitive people have as well. So it enables us to have these paradoxes. So rather than being put in a little box to say you are this sort of person, it enables you to bring out more depth and nuance within your personality. It also covers 3 different personas. So it looks at your underlying persona, which is who you are in your most natural state. So if you're not interacting with people, if you're not in work, who do you want to be? Who is the person that you like most within the personality traits that you have? So it looks at your underlying qualities. It then looks at your everyday qualities. So this reflects how you might adapt and change some of your qualities in the work environment. So, for example, are you dialing up how empathetic you are within work? Are you becoming more goal focused in the work environment? And at home, you are maybe more relaxed and more go with the flow. So it looks at how you might be adapting some of your behaviors into your everyday. And then finally, it looks at your overextended qualities. So, what happens to your personality when you are under pressure and stress? So, someone who's very big picture thinking might become slightly more unrealistic under pressure. Someone who's very creative as a strength might become chaotic under pressure. So, they come up with so many ideas that it just feels like chaos to everybody around them. Somebody who is normally detail oriented, which is a strength, might under an overextension become lost in the details and completely preoccupied by the details. So they're not able to see the wood for the trees. So understanding how we respond under pressure is a really important way to think about how others might experience our behaviours when we're under pressure, and some of those behaviours that might have negative impacts on others and that we want to change. So it looks at these 3 personas. The Lumina Spark questionnaire is really easy to complete online. You will receive a full report that outlines how you've responded to the questionnaire, and you will also work with one of our psychologists to understand what that means and how that works for you. Lumina also has an app, which is your personality in your pocket, essentially. So it will give you an overview of your splash and the 3 personas, and is a really nice way to just quickly think, right, how might I respond in this situation? How might I want to maybe think about my behavior and adapt it in particular situations? With the app, you can also compare your splash to somebody else's. So you might want to work with a colleague to look at how your preferences are different from theirs, how you can find ways to work better together. And then finally, Lumina has a really nice team profile, which looks at all the members of your team and how their preferences are different from each other. So as a team, what might we pay more attention to? So are we very outcome focused as a team? We focus on the goal. We don't necessarily focus so much on the people aspects of it. So what are the strengths of our team? What would we typically look at? And what might be some of the gaps, some of the things that we don't notice as a team? So, by understanding your preferences, the qualities, the strengths that you have as an individual and as a team, that means that you can put together actions, commitments for things that you would like to change. So, by understanding the way you naturally are, it gives you the freedom to choose how you want to be in different situations. I hope that has given you a brief overview of personality and the Luminous Spark approach. We would love to talk to you about it more, so please get in touch with us at Insight if you would like some more information. Thank you.